Happy lunch hour, gang. All right, so let's go on to the other side of what I was talking about this morning. Not what you're spending, but what you're earning. Yeah, here's the other part that everybody has to worry about is the collapsing economy due to Bidenomics, of course, even though I've created 14 million jobs. Really? Doesn't seem like that. It's the end of January. Let's take a look at what's happened. And not to pat myself on the back, but I told you so. Okay. In January so far, we've seen 25,000 layoffs in the tech industry, be it engineers, software developers, QC guys, whatever. Okay. We saw Citigroup say they're going to lay off 20,000 people in their banking facilities, okay, closing branches, whether it's investment banking, investments, anything of the sort, okay, 20,000 there. Talk about the airline problems, okay. American Airlines has announced they're going to lay off 600 people. And then, oh yeah, we got another good one this morning. UPS announced they're going to lay off 12,000 people there too. Now, what all these companies have in common, they're companies where you can have a career, okay? Where you can climb the corporate ladder, you get benefits, health insurance, retirement plan, that sort of stuff. You should have some sort of stability to grow with the company. But no, that's not what we're getting anymore. Joe's created all those 14 million jobs, he claims, because God knows I can drive up toward Knoxville here and pass every fast food restaurant, and they're Taco Bell or Hardee's or McDonald's or Burger King, they're all hiring. Okay. And just think, maybe if you got 2 or 3 of those jobs, you could make half of what you were making in your 40-hour work week career. This is what we've got to. And it's going to affect us more than if it's just us who all of a sudden doesn't have an income. You look at the gig economy, work as a temp, as a contractor, whatever. Hey, I'll go drive for Uber. Not exactly what you'd call a career, but it's what people have to do in this economy to make ends meet. As everything gets more and more expensive, people are going to have to take on more and more work, get a second job, get a third job. It's the old joke about Joe's economy is, the economy's great. He's created 14 million jobs. And the other guy goes, yeah, I know, I've got 3 of them. That's kind of what we're getting into with this. So you look at how this is going to affect us as people that didn't necessarily lose their job. Well, let's see, American Airlines is laying off people. Might make it a little harder to get through the airport or get a flight. Y'all remember my story coming back through SeaTac in Seattle and that whole fiasco, okay? Because the line was literally a mile long to get through security, right? That's just going to get worse. Oh, you need technical assistance because your YouTube account doesn't work or you can't get into your Gmail or something like that. Well, Google's been laying off. You need help from Microsoft. Maybe you get somebody in India, okay, who's not a scammer, but good luck getting somebody to even answer an email. I can tell you countless stories about, solar companies, for example, that don't even want your business because they don't bother to return phone calls or return emails. Okay, I'll tell you stories about that one. But let's take a look at the UPS one right here. Okay, UPS, world's largest shipping company, okay, for packages at least. Biggest client, Amazon, other in the top 5, Apple, Etsy, Walmart, and I believe Microsoft is the other one. I'm not sure about Microsoft, but I know the other 4. Amazon's their biggest client. I'll give you a quick story. I've got a package from Amazon that's supposed to be delivered today via UPS. Remember the days of 1 to 2 day prime shipping that got changed to 2 to 3 day prime shipping? Right? Remember that? What I'm supposed to get today was, I think it was $10, $12 thing, prime shipping, which I pay for. Okay. I ordered it on January 15th. It's January 30th. Okay. Now, the 15-day prime shipping is, Pony Express be a better idea, maybe? I don't know. Granted, we had this weather system come through that shut everything down for a week. Okay. So that slowed things down. Granted, how many of you got the notifications in your email basically every day saying from FedEx saying shipments delayed? I mean, I don't even have anything coming from FedEx, but apparently I'm on their email list. Shipment delayed due to weather, due to weather, due to weather. We're having hub problems and all this, right? Right now, UPS apparently has 500,000 packages backlogged in Knoxville that have to go out for delivery. Okay? I mean, you can only fit so much on a truck. Now, granted, that has to do with weather. So, sure, here's a great idea. We have 500,000 package backlog because of a week's worth of weather. So, what would be the best way to solve that? Let's lay off 12,000 people, because less people can always get the work done better, right? Remember this, UPS just had this great new contract that Biden negotiated last summer. And it did so well that UPS has to cut headcount now. This is the problem. While I'm all for people making more money, good, make more money, increase your value, your skills, make more money. That's also what drives up inflation. And companies only have 2 choices. They either raise prices, which affects all of us, which causes more inflation, okay, kind of a snowball, or they lay off people, they cut costs. And your 2 biggest costs for any company are building space and staff, okay? Well, you don't sell warehouses quickly, okay, if at all, but you can get rid of staff quickly. Hey, Joe, Friday's your last day. No more paycheck. Goodbye. Okay? And that's it. So what we've got with this whole economy right now is less people working in less productive positions. So we're making less and paying more. That's Bidenomics. Okay? If you want to, if there's anybody out there who believes that the Biden economy is actually successful, take a look at your own household. Average earnings in 2023 were down from 2022. They are expected to be down in 2024 versus 2023. Can you name anything that's cheaper now than it was 2 years ago? No. So the price of everything has gone up. Our wages have gone down. People have to work harder to earn whatever they have. You start doing this, like I explained this morning, about how much something costs. And we all always talk about it in dollars. Okay, that's great. But start figuring out what it is in the amount of hours worked. Mrs. P and I will do this when we go to the grocery store, especially. And we'll buy something little, maybe a loaf of bread and a dozen eggs, for example. And you go, okay, that loaf of bread and that dozen eggs just cost me $8. And you go, somebody who makes minimum wage has to work an hour to buy a loaf of bread and a dozen eggs. You start thinking about that and put it into how much time you have to work to get some of this. Then you put into exactly what they are trying to do. Get rid of all the good paying jobs and put us into menial labor. Would you like fries with that? Gee, please hire me. I can make pretty pictures on top of your coffee. I'm better. That's what we're getting to with Bidenomics. This is what we have to prepare ourselves for. The jobs aren't coming back anytime soon because the policies that are coming out of Washington are destroying this economy. And until those stop, we'll never get back on our feet. And